Elio guys, and welcome back to another episode of Infinite Magicraid. In today's video though, we're going to be taking a look at Besmok. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he is one of the more recent legendaries which they keep adding into the game. But we can see here that he is a attacker type. He's also the red mark, so if you need a hopefully decent character for the Tower of Mark, hopefully he's it, or hopefully he's just in general a very good time here. But starting with his basic skill, Lightning Punishment, this move deals 200% of his attack damage to a single enemy, and if the target has Dark Lightning, it consumes a layer of Dark Lightning and attacks again. If the target is killed, attacks the enemy with the lowest HP. This skill can only trigger one additional attack here, and we can see with that fully booked up that goes up to 260% of his attack damage. Pretty standard as a legendary. For the most part, especially with DPS, they all seem to be over the 200 mark, closer to the 300 mark for the basic attack, so there's nothing wrong with this, but do keep in mind that it does have a secondary effect if the Dark Lightning stack or Dark Lightning debuff is applied to the enemy. And it also says that if the target is killed, it will then attack the enemy with the lowest HP. So is that just like a piece of damage that's kind of split off and hits them, or does he get to go again? Because from this description right here, if the enemy does have the debuff of Dark Lightning, he will attack them once again. But we'll have to see hopefully with a preview here. His second skill though, which is Lightning Storm, this skill has a 4-turn cooldown, and it deals 160% damage to all enemies. Pretty standard for AoE at this point in time. And then if the target has Dark Lightning, once again, if they have that debuff applied to them, it deals 100% more damage and also consumes that layer. So already, without even applying any skill books to this skill, essentially if there's multiple enemies with Dark Lightning stacks on them, it automatically gets bumped up to 260% of his attack damage. Meaning, so basically his basic attack with books spread to all the enemies at once. And if this kills an enemy, it reduces Lightning Channel cooldown by 1 turn and also increases his action points by 50%. So it also speeds up his turn if someone dies during this period. Holy crap, that's spicy. I like that. So essentially what happens here is that if you fully book them up though, it goes up to 190%, aka nearly 300% of his damage. If they have a layer of Dark Lightning on them, it gets reduced to 3 turns. And if he kills someone, not only does his ultimate drop down in terms of, its cooldown for 1 turn, but he also gets sped up. That's quite spicy. So it seems like his kit is heavily focused around Dark Lightning, and you want to get that up as much as you can. But moving on to his passive skill, which is Hidden Lightning, no surprise there. Each of Besmok's attacks have a 34% chance to inflict a layer of Dark Lightning for 2 turns. In addition, reduces 30% tenacity for 2 turns from the target whose Dark Lightning is consumed by Besmok. Okay, so what tenacity down does, I believe, is it lowers their critical damage, or it lowers their, I guess, critical rate. Am I assuming that correctly? It just says decrease tenacity by 30%, but I want to say that it's crit damage. And with this fully booked up here, it goes up to 50% chance to inflict a layer of Dark Lightning for 2 turns. Once again, if the stack hits, but you do one of his moves, which is going to consume that layer of Dark Lightning, it goes away. But 2 turns means that I can, in theory, attack one target here, wait for my ultimate or my other secondary move to come back, and also hit that other target as well. So it's not necessarily a loop, but I think it's a good way of kind of keeping the Dark Lightning stacks going forward and getting the bonuses from his skills that we've seen already. So very interesting. And then for his ultimate, which is Lightning Channel, this has a 5-turn cooldown, and Besmok randomly attacks enemies 5 times, each attack dealing 130% attack damage. So if you have a single unit, that's 5 times 130. I'm not going to do the math right here, but that's a lot of damage. This move does have, like, a little bit of spice to it as well, you could say. If you have one enemy, this basically acts as a single target move. If you have multiple enemies, it's obviously just an AoE, which is uncontrollable. But if you take out a unit or 2 and you drop this down to 2 units, there's a chance one of those units could basically get hit like a butt cheek on a stick here. And then it says also that this skill prioritizes enemies without the Dark Lightning stack up there. So it really wants to make sure that everyone gets some of that Dark Lightning pie. Okay. And then if this skill kills an enemy, Besmok gains 40% attack and also 60% crit damage for 2 turns. Okay. Okay. And also with books, it gets boosted up to 160% attack damage for those 5 times. It gets dropped down to 4 turns. And yeah, that's great. So that synergizes well with his second ability, which is Lightning Storm here. Taking a look at his exclusive weapon though, so at level 1, Lightning Punishment has a 15% more chance to inflict Dark Lightning and triggers up to 2 additional attacks instead of 1. Okay, that's already some smiley face gaming. His second move, Lightning Channel, attacks 3 more times. If this skill kills an enemy, Besmok gains stealth for 2 turns. What the crap? What? And then at level 3, Hidden Lightning has a 15% more chance to inflict Dark Lightning. So essentially, you know, even though he's a legendary, getting him up to 3 is going to be the moneymaker, because if I'm reading that correctly, basically his passive goes from 50% up to 65%, meaning you're still going to need some effect hit on him. But obviously this gets lowered and obviously paired up with other units that may boost his effect hit, like Verto. Things could be very interesting here. Obviously this is just speculation at this point, because pulling 4 of him would be amazing, but overall these boosts are pretty huge. 15% chance more to inflict Dark Lightning basically across the board is great. And then Lightning Channel attacks 3 more times. What? So Lightning Channel is his ultimate. At level 2 for his exclusive weapon, this goes up to 8 times? What the crap, dude? Anyways, let's go ahead and preview him out. So if you do pull him, hopefully I can show you the best way to utilize him before we wrap things up here. And of course, I will list his gear in this video below, but it should be pretty standard at this point that his kit kind of focuses around Dark Lightning, so you want Dark Lightning to stick first, and then you also want the damage to come with that here. But reading this skill right here, Lightning Storm, it deals more damage if they do have the Dark Lightning stack on them, and it also reduces his cooldown by 1. So I guess in theory you would want to go ahead and start off here with either popping his ultimate, because you get the Dark Lightning stacks going, then popping his secondary skill, which is another AoE that did take Dark Lightning off, but that's a whole probability issue, and then going to his basic attack. I did that though because it says that it lowers his cooldown by 1 with this skill, so we want to get to his ultimate as fast as possible. And it looks like with the Dark Lightning stacks that if it's put onto the unit that he's fighting with his basic attack, you don't get that secondary effect until the next time, which makes sense. Let's try it in a different manner though. So let's start with this. That didn't really stick, and then we'll start with this one next. And then we'll start with his basic attack. But yeah, that's pretty much Besmok. I think he is a welcome addition to the Infinite Magicraid family. He seems like he would be a lot of fun if you can get him to his exclusive weapon +3. Is that going to happen? Well, that's not up to me. I have no control over that. I don't even have one legendary with their exclusive weapon boosted up. But hopefully you can pull him, and hopefully you have some fun with him. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.